Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Still Cavazos here, I'm Anthony.
Casey.
And today we're watching the third episode of season 1 of The Promised Neverland.
So last time we got a new mom.
Yes.
Gross. I hate these moms. I hate all
Yeah.
these adults in this world. You know, Ray brought up a good point. Like, what if the world outside is just like demon world? Don't know if that's actually true.
I don't feel like it is. I feel
Might
like
not be.
I feel like this is just like a place where they're off in the woods doing things that are nefarious.
That
I
they're
don't
not
feel like this is
supposed to, yeah.
I feel like this can't just be a full world of demons, because then how would they get their food if that's what they eat?
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Obviously, there's gotta be other humans. I mean, obviously, you know, they're like having kids. Unless they're like bred in a lab, but then that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess that's kind of what my big question is. Is like, what's the world outside? Are we ever actually going to get to see them go outside? I know there's a new season coming out, so I'm like, that's like if we still don't get to see it, but hopefully we do.
I know. I'm glad that we brought Ray into the fold of the plan. I feel like he is definitely an asset. He's very analytical in the way he like looks at things and the way he catches things, very much like Norman. Initially having a hard time trying to figure out how they're going to devise this plan that's going to be able to get everyone out. My thought is just to kill the mothers. Like, kill them. I know they're kids, so that's probably not even likely at all. But like, if you're thinking about it in terms of life and death, that's what the situation is. And maybe Norman and Ray could possibly think about that. I just don't know how you're going to bring all these kids all at once, especially with the younger ones, because we said it in our last review as well, that the younger ones, they're not going to be able to understand this. They're not going to be able to come to grasp with it. So you're almost going to have to lie, and they're going to be like, you know, some of them are really young. Like you said, now we have a baby on board. How are you going to get the baby out of here? It's a horrible situation, and I'm really just intrigued to see how this story unfolds now with this second mother.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it.
I was so focused on the trackers that another adult never crossed my mind.
With Carol and Sister Krone here, we have 2 new sources of info.
Oh.
If this place is a farm, they must have a base where they prepare all the 1-year-olds to resupply the house. What would be the most convenient place to put it in?
Would it be like your head?
Tattoo?
Like because you wouldn't be able to see with the hair? Like, especially if you're young?
Carol! She might still have a mark since she just arrived.
Oh.
I've heard a number of good things about you, like how you're the youngest ever to be selected as a mom and caretaker, and producing the highest grade merchandise among any of the plantations ever.
So there is more.
Out of curiosity, why did you decide to call for an assistant?
They discovered the secret. Well, according to the rules, we must find them and ship them out now.
Now hold it right there.
It's all right. I already have a good idea of who the targets are. I have procedures in place to deal with this.
I wonder if they would get in trouble or something.
I am the mom of this house, and you are nothing more than an assistant. Do you understand, Sister Krone? Of course, Miss Isabella.
They're so
They're
weird.
evil smiles, yeah.
It's so surprising to think that the amazing Isabella would make such a huge mistake. And she's not reporting any of it, instead trying to cover up her failure. If I help her, she'll owe me big time. And I'll be rewarded for my hard work with a mom position to call my own. But you'll always be here to support me, won't you, my dear? You really think so? This could be my...
Yeah, she's crazy.
She's talking to
Yeah,
it like it's real.
Who know the secret and report her violation to the higher-ups. Then Isabella will be fired!
This might work to the kids' benefit.
Yeah.
Her position away! I'll capture the targets! Snitch on her! Then immediately...
Maybe you
Snitches get
shouldn't be
stitches.
singing out loud
I
about
know.
this.
I mean, as long as the kids
I'm
can
going
pick
to
up
be the
on it.
mom of this house. I need to find those brats fast.
I'm gonna be the new mom of this house.
I'm more worried about the demons being notified. As soon as they know we've escaped, they're gonna come after us.
There's only one way we can prevent that. The grown-ups will have to be...
Killed. Yes.
Exterminate.
Executed.
The fork.
You're Norman, and you're Ray, correct? I heard. You get perfect test scores.
I heard you're a puppet of a demon.
They freak me out. Both of them. In different ways.
Did she hear us?
No, we're okay. Let's hurry.
Oh,
Looking for the
baby.
mark.
It looks like her. What if it's her relative? Maybe not. They have the same hair
She's
color.
like-
What if they have like a same donor or something?
It's somewhere easy to remember. I,
Don't talk out loud.
Where?
wanted to ask you something. The other night. What's that? It was way smaller than I expected it to be. What was... Huh? Oh, I was talking about the scar and how tiny it was. It disappeared already.
Regular check-in. Regular check-in. This is 73584 at Plant 3. Situation normal. Ending transmission.
What the heck?
Isabella,
Grandma.
I have a message for you from the boss. The other plants had a disappointing harvest this year, and only your plant can deliver the highest quality goods.
I see. So they can be shipped. The One will most certainly be pleased by this news.
The One?
Let us celebrate the coming harvest.
So they have like one that is their leader, I guess. She gave off too many hints to her.
Now she's got to be in on it. Oh,
Ah, crap.
Don't be suspicious.
Well, whether or not we can break the transmitters, the tracking devices implanted in us aren't that useful in the grand scheme of things. The signal's so crude it can't specify an individual.
Oh.
An alarm probably goes off once the trackers are broken.
So Mom would find out instantly?
Who's watching?
It's that girl, I bet.
Knowing that Mom purposefully clued us in on the existence of the devices, we can't ignore the risk. Now the issue of taking the other children with us. Problem is, they all completely trust Mom.
To put it bluntly, they're a hindrance.
Hey! I actually have an idea for how to deal with that. By playing tag.
Huh?
Like, think it's a game?
Pretend it's play when we're actually training.
Interesting.
Okay.
So teaching them the routes.
Concentrate. What can you do to escape?
Oh.
Norman isn't going to overlook any details. Check the wind. Which way is easier to run?
Aww.
Outside playing tag. Looks like fun. So let me join in.
No, fuck off.
Now then, run and hide.
Hide the other directions.
Now I get to see for myself exactly what Isabella's crop of special children can do.
She's like, they're gonna take advantage of how loose-lipped she is and how she's not as
She'll probably come looking for us
careful
first.
and cautious.
And on the way, she'll take out the younger, slower ones.
Oh my gosh.
This is a test to see if you could evade her.
I'm gonna have to play for real then!
They should try and steal the watch off of her. Like, she's not that bright, I think, comparative to the other one.
She's super, like, eager to get ahead that she's not...
Well, she's trying to screw her over,
Yeah,
so...
that's why. She's not thinking, like, what do the kids know? Oh.
Shit.
Left these on the ground to lure them.
So she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Okay.
I can't believe it! She's impossible to beat!
She's crazy fast. I
Wow.
couldn't get away.
Maybe not as easy as we
I
thought.
know.
Oh!
She's like a freaking track star.
Running while carrying two kids takes stamina. You must be exhausted. Emma, give up and come out already. I swear I won't do you wrong.
Then you should know I'm on your side. I found you.
Freaking terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
Evasive maneuver. Push her off.
Think like Mom. What's the easiest situation you could hope for?
To just let the time
Knowing your
happen.
target's every move without ever having to do anything yourself.
But you said there are no hidden cameras or listening devices.
I think there's another person keeping an eye on
The
us.
kid. Oh my gosh, the little girl.
Someone among the kids.
So there's a traitor.
The girl with the glasses. What if they groom certain ones to become the mothers?
Yeah, I'm thinking possibly.
At, like, from a young age. Gosh,
Where's
I
Glasses Girl?
bet,
Where's Glasses
I
Girl?
bet it's
You
her.
freaking traitor.
I bet that's what it is. They pick ones who, like, you know, they can manipulate.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate though.
Yeah.
It's just like another obstacle that is going to have to become overcome. I thought that, you know, this new mom was going to be a little bit not as bright as the other one because she was very ambitious and she looked like she was going in there with like her motivation of just like overthrowing the other mother as opposed to actually doing what the job entails.
She's kind of not. She's
Yeah,
smart.
and she's a freaking track star.
Yeah, like she's everything that you wouldn't want when you're trying to escape.
I still feel like her eagerness though will be her downfall. I
Yeah.
feel like the kids are going to be able to take advantage of that. Like I I don't know how, some way, she's too overeager, whereas the other mom is very quiet, where she's very vocal.
Hard to read.
Yeah, she's very hard to read. She's very vocal with like her emotions. She talked about the harvest in front of them. She's saying a lot of things that I feel like the kids, like Norman and Ray specifically, are going to be able to use that information to their benefit down the road. I don't know what they're going to do about this other girl, though. Obviously, we haven't got confirmation that is what's happening. They're at least alluding to it very heavily, but I don't trust her.
So this show seems very grounded in reality for the most part. I mean, obviously not, you know, but like just the fact like they have the time, and by that I'm meaning it probably takes like a sperm and an egg to make a baby. That makes me wonder, like it's probably all chemical, and I wonder if they never let the males grow up, you know, like I wonder if all humans go through this potentially, and then they choose like a mom. Like, there might not be outside humans or something, and they just, like, are producing them literally all. And that's possible, because, like, if we're right about this girl being groomed to be the mom, then that would make sense, and they would just never let, you know, any of the boys grow to adulthood, you know, and they just constantly keep them as children, is what I'm saying, and only let the moms become adults, potentially.
Maybe, yeah, like the ones that are like the most loyal to them, or
yeah,
maybe they
or
spot them out.
The
like
weak-minded that they can manipulate,
possibly, yeah.
you know, to mold into this weird shit.
Another thing I'm kind of interested in is by like the timeline. We've seen calendars. Let's say 2010, or the world map of 2010.
And then he
2045, and then he said 2015.
2015.
So it makes me wonder, like, I feel like we're in 2045 for some reason. I feel like we're further, because that's what the calendar is saying on the walls. But, I mean, it's possible that something's being lied to about the time here, and, like, maybe the world, you know, maybe some events happened.
Maybe
because
the demons took over?
Maybe, I mean, that was the map of the world.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know.
He said 2015. Maybe that was, like, the last, like,
maybe when
time the humans were
normal, like a normal world.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I hope that this isn't just all like farmed humans. I would hope that there's other like, you know, humans out there. But it's hard to tell. I don't know.
Also, another piece of information that we got here is that these demons seem to have like at least one singular leader, or somebody that is the one, the chosen, or whatever the heck they were saying, that they either take orders from or that they worship, or whatever the case may be. So I'm interested to see like if that's going to play down the road. Like, what are we going to find out about that? You know, the mother called it the grandmother, but I don't know if that was just someone that was just communicating, and that's just like, you know, their code that they use.
Or maybe that's who trains the mothers. I don't know. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.